Ladies and gentlemen, we have Panic Peters everywhere because today the Denver Broncos listed RJ Harvey as the number 5 running back on the official depth chart. But the crazy part is the fact that people are even worried is a magnificent thing. Today we're here to celebrate what might be an even greater ADP discount and value in fantasy. Let's real quickly, let's just, before we hit the intro, Pablo, for those of you who don't know, Pablo is our other AI. Pablo, this time last year, what was Bo Nix ranked on the official depth chart released by the Denver Broncos? I'm just curious.
In August 2024, the Denver Broncos' first unofficial depth chart listed Bo Nix as the QB3 behind Jarrett Stidham and Zach Wilson, with some sources like Broncos Wire suggesting he could even be considered QB4, depending on Ben DiNucci. Alvin Kamara, in his 2017 rookie year with the Saints, was listed as RB3 or lower, behind Mark Ingram, Adrian Peterson, and sometimes Travis Cadet or Daniel Lasco on early depth charts. This ties to RJ Harvey being listed as RB5 now, showing how rookies can start low but rise fast, like Kamara did.
Hey, Pablo, how many receptions did lowly fifth string running back Alvin Kamara have his rookie year? How many receptions did 4th and 5th string Alvin Kamara have his rookie season? Tell him, Pablo.
Alvin Kamara, listed as RB3 or lower, behind Mark Ingram, Adrian Peterson, and sometimes Travis Cadet or Daniel Lasco on the Saints' 2017 rookie depth chart, had 81 receptions, 826 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Standing by for your instructions.
81 yards, or 81 receptions. 81 receptions for a 5th string running back. That's quite impressive. That's quite impressive indeed.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Look, this is simple. You either know ball or you don't know ball. The people that are clamoring for this stuff are the haters. They're the people that have been rooting against Harvey to begin with. One second, Pablo. I'm in the middle of talking here. This is one of those situations where you're either in or you're out. I'm not going to sit here and convince you about depth charts. You should know ball better than this. Anybody out there thinking that this is J.K. Dobbins' team? Anybody that thinks that this guy's actually even 3rd on the depth chart? Is he 2 right now? Maybe J.K. in theory starts. He lines up as the starter. RJ Harvey's going to catch 60, 70 footballs this year. You can't teach people the ability to conceptualize. You can't teach people ball. You either know ball or you don't. And the only thing I can tell you is this is fantastic news for all of us that are consuming RJ Harvey like it's air and oxygen. Because now we get him most likely what was 5 on Underdog, probably top of 6 now. What was likely late 5, early 6 in non-best ball, probably 6 or late 6 now. And it's just unbelievable. It's really unbelievable how people, like, I can't tell you the DMs I got, even from no offense, Vlad, my boy Vlad from Quadbox. He's like, did you hear the unofficial depth? Bro, we're talking about Kamara being RB4 in some cases, or at least RB3. And he caught 81 receptions as a rookie. And not to mention what's so stupid about this and what makes people seriously not know football. And I understand not everybody's as educated on the inner workings of how depth charts work, how rookies vault up, how rookies need to learn. And I understand that. But it's beautiful for us. But what people don't get is that this man, Sean Payton, has gone to the podium time and time and time and time again and told you RJ Harvey's their 3 down back. And then people say his pass protection. I heard it on another channel, Smitty, that his pass protection is a problem. And then he goes to the podium and he tells you he's playing all 3 downs. And then some reporter or beat writer asks, but he doesn't know pass protection as well, according to the data, according to the college footage, according to everything people are telling me. And then what does Sean Payton say? When you're on the field on 3rd down as my RB, you're a lot of the time getting the football. Like, why would I take Harvey off the field? Harvey's going to catch 60, 70 receptions this year. Why would I take Harvey off the field on 3rd down if I'm giving the ball to him over 50% of the time on 3rd down? Not to mention, he said he can learn pass protection. He's a big guy. And then the reporter said something about his height, I think, because he's shorter. He goes, let me get something. This is from Sean Payton. Sean Payton said all this, but no one wants to listen. That's okay. That makes me happy. I get to consume RJ Harvey ADP now at a much lower rate. This is fantastic news. But Sean Payton said, Harvey's not small, to the reporter. He said, Harvey's strong. He's big. He's huge. He's short, but he's not small. He goes, we don't like small guys. We like big guys. Harvey's a big guy, and he'll do fine. Even when Harvey did get lit up in a failed pass pro situation a few days ago at the podium, Sean Payton's told you all this. He sits there at the podium and he answers all these questions, and nobody listens. Nobody does their research. Nobody watches the press conference. They just come in and go, I heard on another channel that J.K. Dobbins is going to be the guy until he's not. I heard that J.K. Dobbins is the guy. That's all people do. They just sit here and repeat what they hear over and over, which is fine. This helps us. This helps us. We owe a debt of gratitude to the repeating Rodgers and those that don't know ball. We owe a debt of...
Let him cook.
We owe a debt of gratitude to those individuals. We owe it to them. They're so helpful to us. They help us way more than we help them. We don't help them at all. All we do is steal RJ Harvey shares and then ruin their fantasy football lives when Harvey crushes. But they do all the work. They do all the work. The haters help us way more than we help them. We don't even do anything for them. All they do is help us. And so the people that don't know ball, apparently Blanco is one of them. Harvey down. You hear that? I was hating him on him all offseason. Finally got something that fits my narrative. Harvey down. It's so sad. I feel so bad for the people that don't know ball. It's like, how are you going to survive in fantasy football 2025 if you literally think that this information is bad for Harvey? I just don't get it. I don't even understand. I just feel so bad. As I was saying, RJ Harvey, Sean Payton went to the podium and someone said, what about him getting lit up on the pass pro? And he said, yeah, he struggled with that when he's learning, and some people learn at a different rate, and he's doing a fantastic job. I think he said he's doing phenomenal, I think was the word he used. This is just absolutely wonderful news. And let the haters hate, and they're always the same. Like, you're always a hater on the channel. Like, everyone knows you. You everything I say, you say the opposite, so everyone follows the opposite of what you say. There's constant negative people, like this guy right here, Blanco, Little. No one listens to what you're saying. Why would they? You guys always are anti-show, no matter what. I don't even know what either of you are doing here. You show up all the time, and just no matter what happens. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Show you don't know ball. Drop your receipts in the live chat. Show how much ball you don't know. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. At the end of the day, this is glorious. I would venture to say, and again, Bo Nix this time last year was QB3. Kamara this time during his rookie year was RB 3 to 5. It depends on where you look. But the average was RB4. And again, Kamara caught 81 balls. And as Sean Payton has said several times, he will learn to block. He can block. He's a big guy, and he's not leaving the field on third down. And anybody that thinks that RJ Harvey's not a third down back they're just gonna be embarrassed, absolutely embarrassed when this kid is one of the best third down backs in the National Football League this year. This guy will be top 5 in receptions for RBs in 2025. And people are actually putting out there as a receipt. He's not a good third down back. He can't play on third down, Smitty. He doesn't know how to pass protect. He's not going to learn. You think this guy's not going to learn how to pass protect? This guy that is probably the strongest quads outside of Saquon Barkley in the entire National Football League. This monster here with grit and determination, second-round draft capital, said by Sean Payton 3 times he is our third down back. When the last time someone asked him about J.K. Dobbins, is J.K. Dobbins going to be the starter? You know what he said? The lifeblood of the team is the NFL draft. But people don't want to listen. They don't. They just want so badly for their narrative to be fulfilled. J.K. Dobbins is one of the worst running backs in the league last year. He averaged 3.8 yards per carry from his third game on. From game number 3 on through week 17, he was the worst starting running back in the National Football League. J.K. Dobbins averaged 3.8 yards per carry. So bad the team didn't bring him back. So bad that the Chargers at the time, his team, they decided that they were going to go, even in goal line situations, pass heavy. This is not what Harbaugh does. Harbaugh runs the ball at the goal line. Harbaugh runs the ball inside the 10-yard line. They threw the ball constantly because J.K. Dobbins played like such trash last year. This guy won't stay healthy. He's the most injury-prone player in the National Football League. Even if he stays healthy, it doesn't matter. R.J. Harvey is catching 60 to 70 receptions in 2025. You're either on board or you're not. I really don't care, and I need people to be off board because of the ADP, which there clearly are. Just look at the live stream. There's so many people that don't know football at all. Like this question right here is just, and they're always the same. They're always an unknown person. We don't know who they are. We don't recognize their name. It's always like a 2565 ZWSZ1234123. They're always hater names. There's no any person we ever recognize that says anything like this. But this is beautiful. This fuels the fire. We need that person. We need that person. No doubt. We need a hater like Little who doesn't know ball, who says Javonte for sure. Javonte over Harvey for sure. Dude, Javonte doesn't even get drafted in single-digit rounds. Burner account for you. You're the one that with the burner account, Lil. How about we put your real account? Let's put your real account in a timeout, and then let's see how you do with your burner account. How about that? It's so amazing, bro. Phone lines are open. I want to hear what you guys have to think about this situation. There were a lot of panic Peters. I got so many DMs, and quite honestly, I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed in my people that think that Harvey is not a top 10 running back this year. I'm a little disappointed. I feel like you guys were trained a little bit more than that. This equals a 60 to 70 reception RB in 2025. I'm just a little bit disappointed. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Just a little bit disappointed because everybody talks a big game. RJ Harvey to the moon. Let's drop the RJ Harvey emoji. But even when I got in here, I saw immediately, let me read some of the things that were posted. It was WTF, no way. 5th-string, WTF, I want my money back. I know you said JK after, so you're good. 5th-string, question mark. I'm cooked. Lancer put I'm cooked. I've got 40% Harvey. I mean, talk about standing zero ground. Zero ground. I mean, bro, you folded at the first sign of any sort of Joe Milton avoided a serious hand injury, by the way. Which was really, really, I mean, he's not starting week 1 anyway. He's eventually, I think, going to be the starter and take over the job, whether it's by injury or whatever. But so Joe Milton's fine, but that was kind of concerning right there. But some of you folded at the first sign of fear. I mean, really, you gotta do better than that. A $20 hauler from my boy Rich in the building.
Alert, super chat alert.
All right, Blanco. Blanco says, loves the show. I just had to troll a bit, Smitty. Well, maybe don't troll on that, or you're gonna end up like in a bad spot or something. So like, probably don't. I'll probably wait on that the next time, just so you don't get caught up in a whirlwind that you're like, damn it, I was just 12-team Superflex 0.5. Start from 1.4 is Jamar Chase, London, Hunter, Rice, Harvey, fifth starter. 6th to 8th felt weird. Took Penix, T-Law. Penix is fantastic in a Superflex, my boy. So you got Hunter, Harvey. That's a great team. Penix, T-Law, Fields. I like that, bro. It doesn't sound like a super flex to me. Milton on the bench. Love the start. $20 hauler. Appreciate you coming in strong with that. You are Smitty approved, my young man.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Jerry won't let that happen. Bro, Jerry's the one person you want in this situation because he hates Dak. Barely extended him on pure pressure. But believe me, Jerry's the one you want in this situation with Milton. He's the one that would do it. He's the one that wouldn't care. He's the one that said when Dak got injured and the reporter said, how are you going to play without Dak? And he said, better. Jerry doesn't love Dak, bro. Believe me, Milton, and he's the one that traded for Milton. This makes him feel so good inside. Jerry wants this to happen. Yeah, pessimistic Peter's pushing that ADP down. Bro, I'm so excited about Harvey.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Imagine folding to an unofficial rookie depth chart. Imagine folding to a depth chart call that had Bo Nix. Same thing last year. Bo Nix is the QB3. Imagine falling victim to a depth chart, fiasco that had Alvin Kamara as the RB4/5. It was arranging from some depth charts said 3, some said 4, one even said 5. And the official, I think, said 3, and then it had him co-sharing maybe, so it was technically 3-4. Imagine being so unaware of these things that you believe that RJ Harvey is not the starting running back in volume. Imagine, even if it took till week 4 for him to get full, 70% capacity. No one wants him getting 100. They're going to run the ball 450, 500 times. You want him getting 250, 255, 270, or maybe even 220. There's a world where you only want Harvey getting half of the rushing attempts. So if they run the ball 440 times, you get 220. Because if he's catching 60 receptions, 65, 70 passes, and that's what a running back does. That's what a second-round running back does for Sean Payton, by the way. This is not some experiment, some unknown territory. Sean Payton runs multiple running backs, and his volume starter, gets so many receptions, he can only get 200 to 240 rushing attempts. That's what's so agonizing about the way people look at this. The uneducated in this conversation, they don't know better. They just think that if you don't have 350 carries, Harvey, he's not catching. I heard from another channel he can't block, so he's not going to be in there on third downs. these people don't know what they're talking about. He's going to be there on third downs as much as any running back in the league. They're giving him the ball on third down. 50% of the time he's getting the football on third down. They're throwing it to him. He's one of the best receiving backs in the draft class. They're throwing the ball to him on third down. The fact that this strong monster just completely, his lower body stronger than almost any running back in the league but Saquon Barkley, his thighs are as big or just slightly below Saquon Barkley's. You don't think this guy's going to figure out how to pass block in the National Football League? You think this guy doesn't have pass pro skills? You think he's not going to become a good pass pro running back? Are you kidding me? I got a bridge to sell you. Alvin Kamara. The thing is, I went live on NBC Sports Radio and said Alvin Kamara was going to be a top 5 fantasy running back his rookie year before he took a snap. And I had people down my throat saying, he's not even the second running back. He's third in the depth chart. I remember it vividly. How many people came from my neck? This is Sean Payton. This is a rinse and repeat transfer of blueprint over to this situation. Second round draft capital. Harvey gushing over him. Doesn't think he'll fall. They push their luck. They land him in the late second round. Sean Payton's ecstatic. He's had nothing but amazing things to say about him. They could have signed J.K. Dobbins before the draft, and they didn't. What does that tell you? And the fact that he's been so amazing since he's arrived, and they signed J.K. Dobbins, that doesn't mean they weren't happy with what they were getting from Harvey. People that don't know ball don't know what they're talking about. This team is amazing, by the way, Rich. It's fantastic. Smitty approved. And thank you again for that $20 hauler. Jaime, appreciate you. This has to be a Sean Payton trolling. No, it's not trolling, Jaime. It's the way that it always operates. It's the rookies earning their keep. It's also Bo Nix was 3. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. And sometimes it's, a way of saying rookies will always be lower on these depth charts for Sean Payton and for a lot of teams. And it doesn't mean anything. The historical significance of this is very telling. History tells you that if you're listed as 3 or 4 and you've got the draft capital, you're going to be the one. That's just the way Sean Payton does it. Smitty, what's your opinion on Drake London in the second round? I think he's worth a 12, 11, or 10 overall pick. So I think he's one of the better picks in the first round period, or second round period. Land chops to the 4th. If you get London with your later second round pick, you're on your way to winning a league. But I would take Bucky over him if you already had Lamb, just as a little side nugget. Love the show, just trolling a bit. Again, Blanco, it's okay, but I probably wouldn't at the top, just because you get pulled into that hater group. Have the one Dynasty startup. What's the strategy? You have the one in a Dynasty startup. What's the strategy? Depends on your situation, my boy. There's no way to really tell you just, go this player. If Bijan's the choice if it's running back hungry, the environment is a heavy running back saturated environment, I would probably go with Bijan. Even if it is half PPR, I'd probably still go Bijan. If it's full PPR, you probably consider a Jamar Chase situation if it is full PPR and wide receivers go early. Example, underdogs half PPR and wide receivers go early. So I'm not even forcing Chase there anymore. I'm taking Bijan at 1.5 PPR wide receiver heavy environment. So in general, my pick is Bijan, especially if you think you're going to get MHJ or Garrett Wilson with maybe Rashee Rice, who's going to fall to 4, sometimes 5. Hunter, who falls to 5, sometimes 6. Grab Harvey now in 6 or 7. Home run, win a league player. There may be no better pick in fantasy right now than Harvey. There may be no better pick in fantasy football 2025. Harvey might fall to 6, and he's winning leagues in 6. Harvey might be even a better value than Kyron in late 3. He's a better value maybe than Mahomes ball. He goes 5-6 in non-best ball. Harvey might have just became the number 1 value in fantasy football 2025. I think that's probably the determination we make here today. Yeah.
Let's go. Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy.
The Jupiter men. Jupiter is so large, every planet in the solar system could fit inside it. There are no bigger monsters than the Jupiter men.
Everybody drop a Harvey emoji. There's no better value in fantasy. You want to be a Harvey hater? Call in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right. Where are we at? Yeah. Harvey most likely will be a candidate for Rookie of the Year, no doubt about it. It'll be between Genty, Harvey, Hendy, Hunter. Would I reach for Harvey in round 5? Yeah, of course I would. But I want to, Corby, I want to make sure we're taking advantage of this, freak out fest. The value will probably drop of Harvey quite a bit. And, you want to make sure you know where that value is. The suggested rank will probably update here soon on most platforms. It might not before your draft. It's hard to say. You also got to worry, Corby, that if potentially the suggested rank doesn't update in time for your draft, that you gotta assume that the suggested rank will pressure somebody still into taking him at the suggested ADP. So if, let's say, Harvey's getting suggested at 5.5, and this news makes us believe that everybody's freaking out about it, and probably 8 out of 12 owners are, but all it takes is that one fragile Freddy to get pure pressured by the suggested rank that hadn't updated yet, and then you lose him because he takes him, or he autos or whatever. So Harvey in 5 is still amazing. Even if you had to reach for Harvey in 5, it's still league winning, bro. Harvey in 6 is, you almost just drive straight to the bank, and just tell them the situation. Be like, here's a napkin, my team's on it. And then the banker looks at it and goes, you're looking for what today? An advance? And I'm looking for an advance on the entry fee. And he says he looks at the napkin and he says, Harvey, round 6? I don't think I believe that. Do you have any documentation to prove that? Do you have any notarization or potential notary form? And you say, yeah, I do. And you show him the draft log. And you get this guy whatever he wants. Get him an advance on his check. They bring over a briefcase. They send you on your way. I don't know if this is actually true, but it's certainly something I at least believe in my head. That you walk straight to the bank. They take care of you. You put your team on a napkin. You go to a bar and you tell people you drafted Harvey in round 6. Beers are on everybody else. They're buying you drinks all night long, having you tell Harvey war stories. And when we reflect upon this, and we will, because what's not kind in fantasy football is the transferring of history and the transferring of nailing a pick. You miss a pick, everybody remembers it. You nail a pick, they just kind of ignore it. And when your boy said that Alvin Kamara would be a top 5 running back, when everybody said that was before we're able, everybody mute yourself. I got a lot of background noise in the background. Please mute yourself, all of you. Or I'll just hang up the phone line now on everyone and have you call back one by one to isolate who it is. Please mute. Everybody mute. Thank you. Harvey, just like Kamara, I said Kamara will be a top 5 running back on NBC Sports, live on air, that he'll be a top 5 running back. Kamara. And he was the 3rd, 4th string running back. They had everybody and their mother was up in arms about it. They thought to themselves that this guy's not even number 2 on the depth chart, let alone number 1. This guy, Sean Payton's going to rotate his running backs. This isn't good. And he does. He rotates them, but who's his 3rd down back? Who's his Alvin Kamara? That person gets so much volume. They're a workhorse. I've always said for Kamara's entire career, he's a workhorse. People argue with me. That's not a workhorse. He's a PPR guy. Workhorse doesn't regulate you to rushing attempts. Workhorse means you are worked to death. You're getting the receptions. You're getting the rushing attempts. Doesn't matter how it's balanced. You're an absolute machine. And Kamara's a machine. And I said that his rookie year, before he took a snap, he'd be a top 5 running back. Not top 5 in his rookie class, where he got drafted way beyond number 5 overall. Kamara was not pick 1, 2, 3, 4. He was a 7, 8, 9 sleeper pick if you watched my channel or consume my content. If you were consuming my written content at the time, you would have drafted Kamara at the 7, 8, 9, and that was a reach. You get laughed at. This guy's not even a starter. Harvey's in the same boat. History tells you that Harvey's catching 60, 70 footballs in 2025. The depth chart showed that Kamara was 3-4. Last year, Nix was QB3 on the depth chart at this exact time. And I remember it was August 6th that everybody started getting up in arms about Bo Nix. Oh, I guess he's not the real deal. He's QB3 on the depth chart. This guy's going to suck. Alvin Kamara caught 81 footballs his rookie year when he was listed as 3-4 on the depth chart. Running back 3 or running back 4, depending on where you saw the depth chart data, he was running back 3 or running back 4. In one of them, he was 5, as Pablo told you. Running back 4, running back 3, running back 5, 81 receptions. Okay, I'm hanging up on the phone line because someone's mouth breathing. I told you to be quiet on the phone line. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Calling one at a time. So you can blame whoever was mouth breathing and not listening when I said put yourself on mute. And you're sitting there going on the phone line. So dial in one at a time. Let's isolate who it is and then move forward. And if you want to admit who you were, then we'll forgive you. All right, let's try with Bruce. Bruce, were you on mute? Were you?
I was.
Okay, I believe you. And I believe you. Someone else wasn't. Someone else was mouth breathing. Bruce, what can I do for you? You're live.
I just wanted to say I'm really excited about this Harvey news because, people from other channels, like you have said, are going to take this as you're crazy if you draft him. I'm hoping he falls even further because then you get all Triple H and Associates. And
yeah,
how far do you think he would fall?
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Let me get Keith in here. Hold on. Let me merge him in. Keith, put yourself on mute if you could, Keith. I don't know if that was you doing the mouth breathing. Was it? Just admit it. If it is, it's okay. I'm not mad at you. I just want to know. Were you on mute?
No, I'm on mute now. I was in the car. I wasn't mouth breathing.
Well, it sounded like it. It sounded like it. All right, mute yourself. Mute yourself real quick. I'll be with you in a second, okay? Let me answer Bruce first. Bruce, the thing is, bro, I don't know what the reaction is going to be, and it also depends. At least he admitted it, right? That it was him not on mute. It also depends on whether the ADP data will update. Because if, like I said, you're drafting on a platform like ESPN and there's no real good, solid amount of data to even flood in, like on Underdog, within one night, sometimes two, but usually within one night, the ADP will update. There's usually waves of it, though, because what happens right now is everybody goes into a draft right now, right? And the entire day, people are seeing Harvey float to the top of the suggested rank. And people are going to be pressured to still take him high because he'll be sitting at the top. But because everybody's going to be like backing off and pretty knowledgeable, they're betting, they're playing for money. And so they're going to be very cautious and they're going to back off his ADP a little bit. So it's going to drop. Then when it kind of cements in, the dust settles, everybody's still going to maybe back off and then it resets one more time. So wherever it goes the next 24 to 48 hours and then it updates on Underdog, it probably still drops a little bit more from there. On a platform like ESPN, you don't have knowledgeable mock drafters in there, enough of them to move the ADP. Like, rush in there. People are still obliviously drafting. They don't know what's going on with the news. They weren't drafting them appropriately anyway. Like, there's no telling what the ESPN, the Yahoo, the mock draft data environment is where they're going to move on this. He could move nowhere. He could stay exactly where he is. You walk into your draft 2 weeks from now, and you don't get an assist from the ADP update. So the truth is, there's no way to really know. There's no way.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. Personally, me, I think it's great news because I'm hoping I can get all the HHH and associates, and I really did believe, in my heart of hearts, that this really was like, okay, this is going to push people off them.
Yeah, at the end of the day, probably moves him a little bit everywhere, but because the suggested rank moves in some places and doesn't in others, that's going to be where where he'll move the biggest, is where there's a big update, an accurate update. On Underdog, promo code Smitty, we're going to draft. I don't know if we'll draft tonight. We'll have to see. I'm probably taking Wednesday graveyards off. I'm obviously live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, but we'll probably jump on a draft. Maybe we'll do a draft at some point, during the day. And kind of see, what's what. So it's possible we take that approach instead of drafting tonight. I just think I'm going to take the graveyard show off. But on Underdog, promo code Smitty, here's the link. Click this link right now and sign up. And if you want to draft, you have to, you want to make sure you do that now, because you don't want to later on try and get in and you can't get in. Okay, so sign up now. I'll pin that link in the live chat. And then that way you guys all show long can click on it. I would venture to say, Bruce, that he falls to the top of round 6 at the very minimum on Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. I can only imagine that he falls at least to round 6. I can't envision him not falling to at least the top of 6. Because he's already going around 5, and the whole world's freaking out about this. It's such a wild phenomenon, and this is partly why I studied psychology growing up, because it fascinated me how influenced people are, by things without even knowing. Like when you have the facts and you still get influenced about stuff like this. I just don't. You have data that tells you have historical information that tells you this is how Sean Payton operates, and you have 2 huge players, Bo Nix and Alvin Kamara, and Alvin Kamara being in the exact same boat as Harvey, same position, same situation, same kind of profile, pass catching monster, considered to be too small by many. It's all the exact same thing. Draft capital was round 2 for Harvey too, and the fact that people I don't know what it is. I have no clue why people are so scared. Bruce, I have no clue. All I know is it helps us. We're sitting here looking at the best value in fantasy football 2025. RJ Harvey has now surpassed Mahomes, who is 7-8. This is now the best value in fantasy football 2025. Mute yourself real quickly, pal. I'll be right with you. Just mute yourself real quick. Go ahead, Bruce. One more question, then I'll go around to the phone line. You can stay muted. I'll leave you on hold.
I got one more, which is, what do you think people believe more in, that he's a 5th-string running back, or that he's the joker of jokers, which I believe, if I'm right, Peyton did say the day before or 2 days before.
Well, as I said, my boy, nobody believes about 70% of the population believes he's not even a starting running back. They don't believe he will be a starting running back. They think he's going to be a failure. So no one believes he's the joker in general, but this channel. And maybe a select few. Real quickly, I'm going to do a draft. If you guys want to draft alongside of me, go ahead and hit that link that I've dropped in the live chat. I'm going to see where we can get Harvey. And I don't know that we're going to have... most of these people drafting right now that are literally supposed to be working and they're jumping in a draft, they are in the know of this situation. I'd venture to say not one person drafting in this draft right here hasn't heard the Harvey news. So let's see where he falls to. And I don't know how far. If he's sitting there at the 56 overall in round 5, I'm that kind of person that says, damn, I'm just going to take him here, but I'm going to try my best to let him fall and slip, and then we'll see what we can do. We'll see what kind of value we can get out of Harvey. let's see who we get here. So according to the ADP, AJ Brown, Lab McConkey, Brock Bowers, JT, Tyreek Hill, Bucky Irving. You guys know me. Gibbs and Bucky is one of my favorite combos. I'm gonna go Bucky here. Running back. I'm not a stranger to. All right, real quick, Bruce, mute yourself. Let me go to the other callers real quick, and then if there's a super chat, I will handle those in order. Actually, Alec, let me just get yours real quick. I have the 1.2 in a PPR 12-man and plan to pick Bijan. Who would be the better two ideal player to pair him with in the second rounds? Look what I'm doing. If I have Bijan, I got Gibbs, very similar. I'm going Bucky. Obviously, I'd go Achane if he was available. Obviously, I'd go Drake London if he was available. Then when I get toward the bottom part of this round one, it becomes difficult. I like Bowers, McBride. The wide receivers, once London's gone, it becomes complicated. I don't draft Tyreek Hill. Hell no, I don't draft JT. I love Bowers and McBride. It's hard to recover because you're chasing the positions when you go early tight end, but it's starting to get to a point where at the end of round two, Bowers and McBride starting to become a player I love. I do still draft Kyron at the 2-3 turn. I'm hoping you get a little bit better player, more secure like wide receiver like London. BTJ. I don't hate AJ Brown per start, but I do fear injury with him, so I kind of avoid him. I think Garrett Wilson's a fantastic third rounder if you were to go RB. If I were you, I mean, obviously Genty's going to be gone. I would go Bucky, and then I'm not afraid to go Chase Brown or Hampton, Garrett Wilson. So go Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson, Hampton, Garrett Wilson. I'm not scared to do that in round number 2. Now, Hampton's here, and I love that. I'm going to go JSN here. I like JSN a lot. I usually am a little bit unhappy when Garrett Wilson's gone, when MHJ's gone. I like to have at least one of those guys slightly ranked ahead of JSN, but I still love JSN. JSN's got top 7 wide receiver potential. He obviously has scored like that. Last year he was 7 or 8, depending on your scoring. So he's a fantastic player. I was tempted to go running back, but because we're trying to get Harvey here, I'm going to go ahead and punt that for now. Let me go to the phone callers real quickly. Bruce, just mute yourself real quickly. I'll be back. Let me start off in order in which they called. Keith, you're live, and then Eric, keep yourself muted. I'll be right with you, Eric. Go ahead, Keith. Hello?
Oh, sorry. That's my dad's name on this phone number. What's up, Smitty?
What's up, bro?
First-time caller. Love the show. You're awesome, man.
Thank you.
I did a trade that I thought you would do, but it's kind of a scary trade. So I'm in a Superflex 12-man league. I had CeeDee Lamb, but no running back. So I traded the guy CeeDee Lamb. I got Abuka, RJ Harvey, and 2 mid-round firsts, 2026 and 2027.
Say the trade again. Say the trade again.
I traded away CeeDee Lamb, but I got Abuka. I got Harvey. And I got 2 first-round picks, 2026, 2027 first-rounders.
I don't mind the trade, but it sucks you did it off of the back of this, in front of this news, because you could have got a lot more because Harvey just became a bench player to everybody. But I think that it depends on where the first go. I will say trading Lamb is not my favorite thing to do. I love Abuka, I love Harvey, but I love Lamb more than all those guys. So that is not, I wouldn't say that's the biggest homer. It depends where the picks are. Just because Lamb is that good, bro. Lamb is that good. So
my running backs were Aaron Jones and Brian Thomas Jr. or Brian Jr. or Robin, the guy from Washington that's about to get taken over by Merritt.
Okay, Brian Robinson.
So I had no running back.
Yeah. I think you could have got. What I'd probably say is you should have got more, a lot more. It doesn't mean I don't love the players you got, but that doesn't always mean the trade was good, because the value of Lamb, he could get you a boatload, bro. So I'd say you probably, especially after this news, people are running for the hills now. They're running for the hills. This team so far, I got Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky, JSN, and Rashee Rice. I love that so far. Not bad. The JSN pick, I actually don't mind now as much. Not that it was bad, but just Rice and JSN together is pretty solid. All right, anything else, bro? Sorry for the wait.
No, man, love the show. I'm going to be calling in more often, though, man, laying around those super chats.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for. Sorry about the mouth breathing.
Yeah, it's all good. It's my bad.
You're fine. All right. It's all part of the show, bro. Never mad at you, okay? All right, later, bro.
See ya.
Some people get so bent out of shape over stuff like that. He didn't. Eric, he was cool with it. Eric, you're live.
Yo, what up, Smitty? What's going on, man?
What's up, my boy?
Not much, dude. Just want to point out a fact that people forget that Bijan was second in the depth chart to Algier 2 years ago. So we've all watched enough football. I don't know why people take that literally.
Yeah. Hey, real quickly, RJ Harvey is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players down. I'm going to take Travis Hunter right here. And so Harvey's 6 picks away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should go at the 6.1. His ADP should be 6.1. But that's where it's right now without any updates. Let's see if, because of the news today, let's see if he goes from the 61 overall and falls to my 66 overall pick. Right now, he's the 4th recommended player. I would show this, but this is my ranking. Well, I'll just pull it over. This is my ranking here. I didn't switch it over, so I don't want to confuse people. So now Harvey is the 3rd ranked player. Mine, he's the 1st, obviously, right there, but he's the 3rd ranked player. And then now Kamara probably goes, or Debo. If I get Debo, I'm fine too here. But I want to see if we can push this. I hope nobody times out. Like this guy's timing out. And then Harvey will go. Harvey's the 2nd ranked player on the suggested rank. I'm hoping people are scared to death of him right now. I'm hoping he falls. This will be a significant drop. And if I get Harvey here, this is a best ball mania. Harvey's the 2nd ranked player. Someone deep down grabbed Monty, level below. Monty was like 3 or 4 or 5 picks down. My fear is this guy that drafted Henderson and Hampton. It looks like he's pretty heavy rookie. So he might go Harvey. This guy took Harvey right here. So Harvey didn't even fall. Fell 1 pick so far. 1 pick. But that's one guy. It's hard to know. That's one guy that did that. We don't know if he's, we don't know if he's, he could be watching. Some people will see me in the stream and they'll pull up the stream. Debo. We'll go Egbuka. Egbuka, Hunter, JSN, and then Rice when he comes back. That's a strong 4. Gibbs and Bucky, strong 2. Wally says traded Tyreek Hill plus a 2nd for Cam Ward and a super flex. I love that. That's a fantastic trade. Had Stafford and A-Rod. That's a great trade, bro. Amazing trade. I have Lamb, Evans, and Worthy. Smitty approved Wally. Just a nice job. All right, I'm sorry. Eric, what else did you have, and did I even answer your question? I'm sorry, I'm so preoccupied. What else did you have, or what did I not answer?
Oh, you're talking to me, Smitty?
Yeah. All right, what's your name, bro? Let me add you in the system.
This is Eric, man. E-Rock.
Okay, E-Rock. Okay, E-Rock. What can I? This is E-Rock from the. Okay, I don't know your guys' names in the YouTube chat from when you call in, unless you tell me. E-Rock, my boy.
Oh, it's all good.
All right, E-Rock, what
saying,
what else you got?
No, I mean, we've all watched enough football, dude. Bijan with Algier.
Oh, yeah.
Ken Walker with Penny. This isn't news, man. I don't know why people buy into this depth chart nonsense.
People are weird, bro. They're just weird. They listen to what they hear, and unfortunately for the people that fall victim to it, but fortunately for us, there are people out there creating negative content about Harvey, and they have been. And this fits their narrative. And now they say to themselves, like, okay, I've created a lot of pretty bad content around doubting Harvey, and I'm looking pretty silly right now because Sean Payton's saying nothing but glorious things about him. And then this comes out, and it's like, oh, thank God there's some negative stuff so I can not feel so bad about what I've been shoveling out there and calling it content. Harvey Harvey has been impressing Sean Payton at every turn. And if you listen to Sean Payton at the press conferences, you would hear him say, this is a top 10 running back in the making, a top 10 running back as a rookie. That's what Sean Payton's trying to tell you, but people don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. Mahomes in 79 overall is just ridiculous and filthy. I got Mahomes and Rice. I got Hunter, Ibuka, JSN, Bucky, Jameer Gibbs, Best Ball Mania, Pizza Party maybe. I don't know if we'll have time. Jeez.
Oh, one more question for you, Smitty.
Yeah.
I think you already answered this, but if I'm picking from the middle of the pack, I'm from Tampa. I got a bunch of Bucks fans. If I can't get Bucky, London, Achan, or one of the BTJs to fall in round 2, sounds like with the recent news of Zach Moss' departure, you don't got a problem taking Chase Brown middle of round 2, because I just can't get on board with the Lad McConkey or AJ Brown. It's kind of no man's land right there.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, obviously Bucky's gone. Like, this guy took Chase Brown over Bucky, but if Bucky's gone, Chase Brown's not bad. I didn't want it because his ADP was more times falling into the mid 3. But if you got to force Chase Brown in the mid 2, I'm fine. I'm okay with it.
And then,
I'd rather have London, obviously. I took Bucky here. If Bucky was gone, let's say I just picked one pick later and I was sitting there at that AJ Brown pick, I don't know what I would have done because I don't like the board. I would have probably went Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I hear you. I think I'd rather get a Kittle or a late round guy trying to get that running back or elite wide receiver in round 2 to fall. But I hear you.
Well, I mean, Kittle he went in 3. He's going at 3. So it's kind of like, let's say I was going to get Kittle in that spot. I mean, I could go Kittle in 3. I'm not going to probably get him in 4, but then what do I do it? I don't know. I'd rather just take Bowers there and then get that third round player that's Kyron or that third round player that's Hampton. It just depends. You can win 100 different ways, bro. There's
Good call. Hey, I appreciate the insight, my man. I'm gonna let you go.
All right, bro. Later.
All right, peace.
Let's go with Bo Nix here. I've been doing this a lot lately where I don't stack Mahomes and Kelsey. I'm stacking Mahomes and Rashee Rice, but I'm taking Bo Nix and then I'm stacking him to Evan Ingram instead. Caller, mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. Let me just jump over to the other guy that called first. Oh no, he hung up. Okay, so Angus, you're live.
Yeah, do you have any strong opinions on drafting 2 elite players like Genty and Bowers on the same team, or like Saquon and AJ Brown on the same team? Like, I love Genty and I love Bowers, but I feel like you're kind of limiting your weekly ceiling each week, so to speak, especially once you get into the playoffs. Because a Genty touchdown is not a Bowers touchdown.
I
or
think
am I looking at that?
I think you have to ask yourself, do you believe in the Raiders offense? And people that don't know ball will tell you the Raiders were bad last year, and they won't even discuss this year. This year it's a completely different team, different regime. You got Geno. Geno alone is going to fix a lot of the offensive line problems because you have a competent quarterback. But the one thing that makes it problematic, though, is when the 2 players that are on the same team both have the highest of draft capital. If, let's say, the players you're talking about, one was a 4th rounder and one was a 1st rounder, you'd have at least some good support with your 2nd and 3rd round players that are heavy hitters. Having Genty in 1 and Bowers in 2 does put the onus on the Raiders, and the days that the Raiders do have a bad game, you are kind of screwed. So I don't hate it. I just wouldn't do a ton of it. I wouldn't oversaturate that approach, but I wouldn't run away from it if the price was right and you don't like the other options. I'm not going to run into another option because of that, but it will be a factor in what's the best player available. And it will make Bowers a less attractive option if I already have Genty, if all things are equal and I'm deciding between Bowers and another player. So that might make me go Chase Brown. If I've got Genty already, I might go Chase Brown versus Bowers because all things are equal, and now I weigh that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I was wondering if you had any strong, I know you're a big Ken Walker fan, as am I, and it just feels like he is so close to putting it all together. I don't know if you have any strong opinions on him this year versus other years.
Ken Walker, I'm kind of not drafting a lot of Ken Walker. It's not because I don't love him. It's because the ADP is so high, and I just love other players like RJ Harvey, or a player like Travis Hunter, or a player like Hendy Moore, and then I'll just grab Charbonnet anyway. I just think it's a smarter way to draft, to be honest with you, bro.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Right on. Hey, thanks, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Guys, I'm tempted to go ETN, Tootin, and Bigsby here with my running back stable. Because I love my receivers and where they're at. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go. And I'm not a huge fan of ETN, to be honest, like right now. But I want all of the running backs. And when you look at this team, let me show you. I've ignored RB because I went heavy wide receiver after I went RB. So I went RB, it took Gibbs and Bucky right in the middle of the draft. You can see my 7 pick. I went Gibbs and Bucky. Then I went JSN, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Emeka Egbuka, Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Evan Ingram. So I only have 2 RBs at this point. I have 4 wide receivers. Granted, 1 will be suspended, but I got 3 to cut for coverage. I'm going to go ETN, Tank Bigsby, Tootin to go with Buck, and that's my flex play. Which I think is a great approach. And that's going to be
like it, Smitty.
The next Irving. Thank you, my pal, buddy boy, Brucey. Hold on 1 second. Let me hit this $20 holler from BBQ.
Alert. Super chat alert.
BBQ says, same people who think depth charts is time to panic will be the same ones that draft or trade for Harvey after one blow up. Yeah, in the preseason or during the season, we're going to have people go, how do I get Harvey? I want to overpay for Harvey. And I'm going to say, it's too late for you. It's too late for you to go get Harvey. You decided to walk away from Harvey on a depth chart. On a depth chart situation that with this specific coach on this team had Bo Nix as the 3rd quarterback on August 6th last year. And the same coach on the Saints had Alvin Kamara in a cloudy running back room listed as running back 3, 4, 5. You're going to let that affect you? Good. I can't wait to watch you pass on RJ Harvey. I can't wait. It's going to be one of my favorite things. I may have to go Tootin early here. I don't want to. I want to take... Damn it. I want to take Marvin Mims so bad here. But I have to go Tootin. I can't. He's like 8 players down. I have to go Tootin. I have to go Tootin. My rankings are over here. These are not. This is my ranking right now that I have. I have Bigsby high, but he's not even close to being projected here. So I might have to go Bigsby sooner than I want to, though. We'll just kind of have to play that out. I don't know where. Looks like Bigsby's falling quite a bit on Best Ball Mania. Good Lord. Hold on. Bigsby. Where's Bigsby? Oh, no. I might have to take him on this pick here. I'm going to have to take him coming up here. Mims. There goes Mims. Marvin Mims. I'm sorry. BBQ, thank you for the $20 hauler. And then, hold on, phone line. Would you go Hunter at 4.2? You don't have to, though, bro. I mean, I just took Hunter. Where did I take Hunter? Right here. And this is wide receiver aggressive environment right here. And I took Hunter in round number Gibbs, Bucky, JSN, Rashee Rice, middle of 5. So no, it's not that I don't think he can earn it, my boy. But I'm not condoning that behavior because you're just leaving meat on the bone. Tank Bigsby, he's listening, that son of a... He took both of them, Mims and Bigsby. That sucks, bro. That sucks. Draft your own team, bro. All right. Which really sucks about that because he was not even close to that ADP, so he just pulled up the stream and did it. I could have I could have went a different direction with ETN and Tootin. But now you don't have the cuffs. Like, what a dumb move by you. You just let me control your entire destiny, and you threw away your opportunity to win the 20K. But I went blue, love blue. Maybe Tootin's the guy anyway, and I'll be okay. And then ETN gets traded. Man, I'm not gonna describe when I'm doing something that specific. I need to just shut up because I know someone's watching. But Blue and Tootin alone are great picks, But when anybody drafts for your team and not their team, they're gonna lose. It's just them flushing the money down the toilet. It's so stupid. Why you would draft for somebody else's team? He wants him. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take him early. You're just losing. You're just losing your team. Would you go Hunter? Oh, so my answer is no. Hunter 4.2, no. I mean, he's worth it, but no. I don't think it's smart on average. Would I do it once in a $5 draft? Sure. Okay, sure. If you want me to approve that way that you're drafting from that spot, but I don't want you to get in a mentality of taking freaking Hunter too early. You can't get in that space, bro. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. See what wide receivers are available. I'm about to time out. I still love Likely as a league winner. Likely's a fantastic league-winning player still. Don't worry about the foot is a concern, but this is best ball, so he can sit on the bench all for 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever. I still don't mind that pick, and then we'll swing over to this next pick and probably go. I would imagine I go wide receiver here. I love. Well, maybe I won't say it because this guy's just gonna take it. Let me go over to the phone line real quickly. We had Ron Navy. You're live.
What's up, Smitty? That guy pissing in your Cheerios there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's doing his own. He thinks he's doing his own thing, but he's just screwing his own team. Someone said I missed the second part. You didn't see the second part of my question, my super chat. If it's okay, I'm wondering if I go Debo in the 5.11 if Hunter, George Pickens, and Mahomes are gone. Debo in the 5.11, I don't hate that. He's a 6th round pick to me, so 5.11 if you had to do that, I don't mind that, bro, at all. I don't mind that at all. And he took our Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt like so early.
Merritt's been going a lot earlier, though. I've noticed.
Yeah, he is climbing. Merritt
climbing.
Looks so good. So does Blue. Blue and Merritt.
No, on
looking fantastic.
On Harvey, it'd probably be like 1 or 2 days before we see any probably real change in his ADP.
Yeah, it'll take a while, but
with the news.
But though in that takes days for the ADP to update, but there's people still react and they let him float for a while, and it's kind of shocking that he didn't even float a pick or two.
But that just came out today, right?
But everybody drafting,
and it's a work day. Everybody's at work.
Yeah,
a lot of people are at work. They're not even probably realize
they're drafting right now. So clearly they're in the know of football. I guarantee you all 11 of these people that are in this draft have heard the news. If they're drafting right now, if they're actually drafting during work hours, they're consuming content during.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of people that got work and just get on and do a draft.
Maybe.
And they have no idea what's going on in the news. I've done it before.
Maybe.
I'm guilty of doing it before, not knowing the news, getting on there and drafting and finding out, this player I just screwed myself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that do that too.
Yes, sir.
Especially those ones that are doing a bunch of teams all at once.
Let me read these two real quick. Am I sending the 26 first plus Bigsby. Sorry about not answering that full question on the Debo question, my boy. Thank you for dropping that. Am I sending the 26 first and Bigsby and a 25 third for Henry? If you can win a bunch of money, I guess I'm okay with it. But at the end of the day, bro, you're gonna be pretty pissed off a calendar year from today. And there's no telling that he stays healthy all year, even though he's Henry. I get it, but eventually Henry won't be Henry. That day will come. It's not like we're not knocking on the door of it. Could it be one more year? Sure. And that's why I say, if you can win a bunch of money, you're only losing Bigsby, who I like a lot, but 26 first rounder, what could that be? You know, where's the pick going to be? I would say if there's a lot of money on the line, it's okay. But you're potentially going to be setting your team back for a while, because once Henry drops off and you get nothing for him, you know you're not going to get anything for him. It's going to be tough for you to recover from that. It's going to take years to recover from missing that first rounder. Bigsby's a nice prospect. I don't know. Then again, if I had Henry, it's like if someone offered me and I could win money, offer me Bigsby a third and a first. I mean, I probably would take that, honestly. But I understand if you wouldn't. What's the chat think? Do you guys rather have Henry? Let's say you'd win like you could win like $1,000 or something. It's a $100 entry fee, or let's say it's $500, $500 or $600 prize for first place, maybe $600, and it's a $100 entry fee. Would you rather have this 26 first rounder? It's unknown. We'll call it a mid. Bigsby and a 25 3.3. And who knows, that 3.3, bro, what if you get Jaden Blue, Krosky Merritt, then all of a sudden you throw that player in and we really like the trade, you know what I mean? So I'd say give me the picks and Bigsby. So I'm not doing it for Henry, so I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the Bigsby and picks. I'm going to say no. And then I'm almost on the clock here. Hold on one second, Ron. I got 3 picks left. Best ball mania, so I need to have a full lineup here. I got 10 and 12 QBs, Knicks and Mahomes. I need some wide receivers. I'll go Royals here. And then this one, sup, big dog? What's the most you'd pay for Lamar or Burrow or any of the top QBs in a single QB dynasty league? I have T-Law, Stroud, Penix Jr., and Dak. That's tough because Penix Jr. and Dak are really good, so you're almost kind of like stacking a position and hurting other positions when you're kind of good at the position. I would try and like use Dak to dilute what you're giving back. Otherwise, you're giving up a great player. Like if the person's like, I don't want Dak or a quarterback back, that could hurt you because now you're having to give full value of another position somewhere like to pay for that. Whereas Dak can take away some of that and you can give a little bit lesser player with Dak to get Burrow. So I would say like first rounders, I'd do that. First, the second, and the third rounder, like straight down the board for Burrow. If you had to give up 2 first rounders, I probably would still do it. But at the same time, like I'm only doing things that cost me the future and not things that cost me the now. Because if you've got such good quarterbacks, that's going to be problematic for you to give up pieces of your team and then not be able to get rid of Penix Jr. and Dak in a trade. It's hard to trade quarterbacks in a 1 QB. Very, very hard. So I'd only consider giving up draft picks, and your draft pick will be a lot lesser if you acquire a Lamar or Burrow. But I don't know, man. I'm almost tempted to say go with Dak and Penix Jr., grab Milton off waivers, and see if you can win that way. But it just depends. You kind of have to bring the offer to me, Sir Brooks. I don't know that I could, without knowing the pieces involved, it's kind of hard for me to answer that question. Ron, anything else? What else you got real quickly? I got to roll through some of these super chats.
No, go ahead, dude. I just got done grilling some pork chops, so I'm going to eat.
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Call back if you got another one. Later. I'm on the clock here. Yoshi Voss is there. I think I'm probably good with just the 2 QBs. Maybe I'll go Yoshi here. And then I'm going to go maybe one more wide receiver. One more wide receiver. Let me answer these super chats and put them all on screen here. Appreciate you. Bruce, mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. Let me add these on screen. Travesty, appreciate your super chat. Thank you, my guy. BBQ, appreciate you dropping what you dropped earlier. And would you go Hunter at 4.2? I think I answered that one. I answered BBQs. I answered would you rather have CD, Chase Brown, Kyron. Did I answer this one from... I don't think I did answer this one. Neurotic, are you still there? I'm sorry about this one. Would you rather have CD, Chase Brown, Kyron, or CD, Chase Brown, Hampton? CD, Chase Brown, Kyron, CD, Chase Brown, Hampton. Probably... I like them even, bro. I would just mix that shit up. I'd draft Kyron in one league. I'd draft Hampton in another. I don't want to sit here and act like I don't want one as much as the other. I absolutely do. So, honestly, I would just mix it up. I took Torrey Horton. I took Yoshi Voss, Jalen Royals, Dante Thornton. Don't forget on this draft I'm in kind of the middle of the screen there. Don't forget in this draft I also had 3 straight wide receivers after I went running back. So I went Gibbs, Bucky, JSN, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Mecca Buka, Pat Mahomes, Bo Nix, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne, Tootin, and then on our way to drafting Bigsby, got sniped way early because of someone watching. So ended up going Jaden Blue, which is fine. I love Tootin and Jaden Blue anyway. So Etienne feels like a wasted pick here, but that's fine because I still love Tootin and Blue. Likely Dante Thornton, Elijah Arroyo, Jalen Royals, Yoshi Voss, Torrey Horton. Pretty solid team for a best ball mania. Let me throw these 3 super chats over on the other screen and answer all the super chats that are unanswered here. And then I got Spencer dropping another super chat. Appreciate you, Spencer, dropping this one as well. Travesty says trade Bowers for Loveland. And again, back to that other question real quickly. And again, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your question. You're the only one that I didn't, I think, answer right away. On the Kyron and Hampton. I mean, honestly, Kyron's a little safer. Hampton's a little, I don't even want to say, like if Stafford's back is risky, right? And there's more news on that we'll talk about at the 8 p.m. show. That we thought that it was a lot lesser of a situation. First, we thought it was a little bit scary. Then the wording was weird. And then it became a lesser situation that he's fine. And now we have another kind of scare a little bit. Just that Stafford's, dealing with, I'll read the report real quickly, but we'll go over it at 8 p.m. So you could actually make an argument that Kyron's riskier because if that situation unfolds, but Kyron still had 14 touchdowns last year in a 4.1 yard per carry stack box situation. So he really is still safe, even though he's at risk of having a lot less efficiency if there's no Stafford. But I still think Stafford's going to be fine. And the report on Stafford was, let's see if I can find it. I think I have it here somewhere. I want to say they said it's a total. See, this thing is, it's like Adam Schefter's reporting is a total maintenance issue, but what he's been dealing with is Matthew Stafford is dealing with an aggravated disc and has received an epidural to help deal with it. But that's the thing is, like, even though it's a little bit more scary than it was yesterday, it really isn't. Like, this is a maintenance issue. He's been dealing with this his entire, last handful of years, and he took time off to let his back heal as best as possible, and he's going to be able to throw so many short passes to Adams and Puka. There's going to be room for days for Kyron to rip off runs. So I really believe Kyron is ultimately safer than a rookie running back, but I love Hampton so much that I think I just want to rotate that. So I don't know what else to say other than grab lots of both of them, bro. Grab lots of both of them. Trade Bowers for Loveland at 26 first, second, and 27 first and second in Dynasty. No, thank you. I'll take Bowers. I know those picks are awesome, but I still think you're not winning, and you're waiting for that. You're playing for second place when you get rid of Bowers for Loveland, and you're waiting on picks for years. If your team's not able to win, I'd probably consider trading Bowers, but I want like a Hunter and a Harvey like type of thing going on. Rookie draft tonight, Genty or Hunter? Genty, bro, come on, man. Oh, League's IDP. League is 1 QB, 0.5. You got to look at your IDP scoring. Hunter is projected 60 more points overall than Genty this year. Jeez. You probably got to go IDP cheat code. You probably got to go Hunter. Yep. I mean, if he's projected to score more. Also, keep in mind, bro, he's projected to score more off of very modest receiving number projections. I venture to say they're projecting 800 receiving yards, maybe under, and probably like 5-6 touchdowns receiving and probably like 50 receptions, I bet. Imagine if he gets the projections I give you. 1,100 to 1,200 yards, 10 to 12 total touchdowns, 100 to 200 rushing, 1 to 2 rushing touchdowns, and about 80 to 85 receiving receptions. Imagine where he goes in that, bro. So Travis Hunter all day long in IDP that has that particular scoring format. You got to check, and you did. So thank you for including that in your message. If anybody has a Travis Hunter IDP question and you don't tell me that I've looked at the projections and the projections say he's going to score as this player, that it's hard for me to answer the question, and then I just tell you to go look at it. So bring that in your super chat like he did. Excellent job. IDP auction is expanding from 10 to 16. $200 budget. I've traded to get the 4 keepers and $175 to spend. Got Bucky and Baker. Excellent, bro. Bucky and Baker. That's fine. I like it. Nice. Baker's a dog, man. I mean, 41 receptions, or 41 touchdowns last year. Baker just cooked. Smitty, I know we stand on Caleb Williams, but I wanted to know if you have any optimism for Adunze. Love the talent, hate the situation, unsure about the new staff. I do like Adunze, but he's going to be limited, to a degree. What does limited mean? Maybe he's still a 1,000-yard receiver, like, let's say 1090, 78 to 82 receptions and 6 to 7 touchdowns. Could he be a 10 to 12 receiving touchdown player and 1,300 yards and 100 receptions if he was elsewhere? Yes. But that's still good numbers. So if you like those numbers and those numbers I gave you are good for the draft spot, then yeah, Dunze's still going to be good. It just sucks he's handcuffed. Keeping Baker at $4 and Bucky at $1, that is fantastic. I have the following keeper values to choose from. CD 51, Mahomes 44, Goff 5, Sutton 1, Bigsby 1. I'm keeping CD at 51. And you've got Baker already. You probably don't need Mahomes unless it's Superflex. If it's Superflex and I forget from the other question, I'll keep Mahomes at 44 in Superflex. If it's not Superflex, throw Mahomes back because you got Baker, and then go CD Lamb and probably Bucky. But I'm thinking this is Superflex because that's a high dollar amount to not be Superflex. You keep Mahomes at $44. You just do. It's Superflex, bro. Your team, you got Baker and Bucky and Mahomes and CD. You're flying high. It's a fantastic start in a Superflex auction, my boy. Bruce, what else can I do for you, Bruce?
Hey, I had a question because I thought of this last night. Now that Keenan Allen signed back with the Chargers, how do you think this affects Scary Terry in a sense, since we always use Keenan Allen? Like, hey, go find out what you're worth. Hey, we'll just go bring in Keenan Allen.
Well, remember what I told you. Other people won't analyze it like this. Your boy will. I looked deep into the weeds on this. Keenan Allen was the most likely wide receiver to be available for a team that got in a bind. And so he's been waiting. And the fact that we're talking about, okay, what if McLaurin gets traded? What happens to this wide receiver room? Well, if McLaurin got traded, my marker is like, going crazy here. If McLaurin got traded, the team would probably need to go get a Keenan Allen or an Amari Cooper. So Keenan Allen, the fact that this ended up being known right after the McLaurin situation kind of got bad, right? And we did some live streams on it. Like within a day or two, Keenan Allen was all of a sudden available to the Chargers again. What does that tell you? That Keenan Allen did some poking around. His agent did some poking around. The Commanders are not interested in trading McLaurin, and they're not going to trade him. So Keenan Allen, almost days after that, decides to head over to the Chargers and lock himself up and not be available to the Washington Commanders because he knows that the Commanders are not trading McLaurin. So unfortunately for McLaurin, the Commanders are standing on business. McLaurin's standing on a false sense of reality of what he's worth, unfortunately. And there's a lot of people that, and this came from Diana Rossini and other people that said that he's expecting a little bit of a tax. Diana Rossini said a tax on the past regimes. That's not how this works. This ownership, this team has nothing to do with the previous ownership and team. They don't have to pay a tax on Terry McLaurin. He's delusional. I said this from the jump. It's more of a Terry McLaurin problem. Even Ron Navy called it and screamed and yelled at me and said, that, you know, McLaurin this, McLaurin that. And then now all of a sudden, you know, and Ron even agrees now at this point, McLaurin's more of the problem than the Commanders. The Commanders are really smart. They do smart business. And Adam Peters is not going to overpay for somebody just because the other team abused him or the other owners abused him. He had no quarterback. He's waited his entire career for a quarterback. He finally gets a quarterback, and he's on the end of his, you know, twilight years. That's not the Commanders' fault. They're offering him a very, very lucrative contract. He's under contract right now. They could call his bluff and say, you know what, we're pulling the negotiation until the offseason. We can franchise tag you if we want. We're offering you, look, Sutton got $23 million. McLaurin's making about $23 million per year. McLaurin and Debo are getting paid about the same amount of money. You can't just say, I want $34 million. He's going to be 30 years old. So he's going to have to, unfortunately, come to the reality that he's an older player. He doesn't command $34 million. And this notion of just pay him, they should just pay him. No, they don't just pay him. He's under contract. He's going to play no matter what. He's going to play no matter what. He's not going to hold out. He can't afford to hold out. You call his bluff, you make him come in, and you do what you got to do.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought about that last night. I'm like, and then I kind of remembered, and I kind of didn't know because of the Amari Cooper scandal or whatever it was. I was like, oh wait, they only have. I was like, Cooper's their last leg if they do trade him.
Well, the thing about McLaurin though, bro, is he's going to sign, and they're going to give him a respectable bump, whatever, like to save face. Like he wants something, right? He wants something. Well, they'll give him something. They'll be like, hey, we'll give you this incentive that we didn't have. They'll give him something. Not going to make him take exactly what they've been offering. They'll come to the table when he's ready to budge, and they know he's going to sign no matter what. And then if they know he's like this close, he's like, he understands he's at the dead end. Like there's a dead end for McLaurin where he can't, there's no more leverage at all. The leverage now is that he makes it uncomfortable and he holds out. But the moment they know he's where he needs to be, this is the art of negotiation. They'll step in and they'll go, he's just looking for a breadcrumb. And so you just say, our lucrative $27 million per year offer or $25 million per year offer, which is probably what they're offering him. Maybe it's 28. And it's got a guarantee of 58 million or 62 or whatever it is. We'll give you an incentive where you can make another $2 million if we make the Super Bowl, you know, or you average, you get 1,000 yards, we'll give you another 500K. You get 10 touchdowns, we'll give you another 500K. There'll be some incentive escalators in the deal that will make him say, okay, well, that's what I wanted. That's all I needed. And he gets signed and everything will be fine. But yes, to answer your question, long-winded, the Keenan Allen deal does nudge him a little closer to being signed. Of course, everything does. The Sutton deal did. Unfortunately, the Sutton deal made him go in the reverse direction, and the Commanders are saying, we're paying you more than Sutton. You better step up and take it before we rescind it. And he goes in the other direction. All right, Bruce. Got to run. Appreciate you, bro. Bruce. Yeah. Don't believe you believe Harvey's. If you believe Harvey is worth less value today in reality. I understand his perception is down. That's great for all of us. But if you think RJ Harvey's not a league winner,
you're done. You're done.
You're done. You're done. You're absolutely done. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Enjoy watching the show. Enjoy watching all of the Harvey celebration shows that we're going to do. This is the same thing as A-Chan. This is the same thing as everything else. In fact, let's talk to Kruger real quickly. Hey, Kruger. Kruger, I want you to say RJ Harvey 20 times as fast as you can in a row. Go.
All right, here we go. RJ Harvey, 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 RJ Harvey. Oof, that was a tongue twister.
Again. Fast again and faster.
All right, here we go. Even faster. RJ Harvey, 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 RJ Harvey.
I want you to say Harvey is my hero 10 times in a row, fast.
All right, let's do it. Harvey is my hero. 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 There we go.
Oh man, people are gonna unfortunately have to come back into this live stream and watch celebration after celebration after celebration.
Jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Lots of coffee will be had. Lots of celebrations will be executed upon. Lots of us telling you we told you. Lots of we told you is coming. It's coming. Get ready. RJ Harvey to the moon. To the to Jupiter. To Jupiter.
To Jupiter.
All right. See you all at 8 p.m. Eastern. Appreciate you. Thank you to all my super chatters.
I'm Dom, and I drive fast cars, get hot chicks, and draft Ashton Genty double fist style with 2 cell phones at the same time. Why do I have 2 cell phones? One for looking up Ashton Genty stats all day, the other is for getting chicks.
Deuce!